Shabbat Shalom, everyone, from Yerushalayim, the capital of the Jewish people worldwide. This is the King David Hotel where we are staying with our Palm Beach Synagogue delegation. I wanted to show you the beautifully set Shabbat table that our synagogue will be having Shabbat dinner here in Jerusalem, in Yerushalayim, the holy city, the city that is Jerusalem, D.C. D.C. stands for David's capital. This is the capital of the Jewish people for the past 3,000 years. Tomorrow in synagogues around the world, we're going to read not from one Torah, but from two Torahs. We're going to read a special reading in honor of Rosh Chodesh Nisan, the new month of Nisan, which is when the holiday of Passover, the celebration of the Exodus of Egypt, occurred. And in preparation for Passover, we're going to read Parshat HaChodesh, the reading about the first commandment given to the Jewish people to count the months of the year. And why is the months of the Jewish calendar focused on the solar calendar, the moon, rather than the sun? And the answer is because the Jewish people are like the moon. Unlike the sun, which is consistent in its size and its strength, the moon waxes and wanes. And our rabbis tell us, like the Jewish people, the moon is comparable to the Jewish people, that we have our moments of decline. We have our moments when our light is weakened and diminished. There are times of the year you look up at the sky and you don't even see the light of the moon. But suddenly there's a rebirth, a reemergence, and the light of the moon continues to grow with more and more brightness until it reaches its full completion. And this is the story of the Jewish people. Unlike other nations which rise and shine mightily and brightly, but then are gone from the face of history, never to be heard of or seen again, the Jewish people go through their moments of waning, but then there's a rebirth, like the moon that is reborn each and every month, and we gain strength and momentum. And this is the truth of the Jewish nation that we are witnessing here in Israel. Over the past 3 days, what we have seen time and again is, on the one hand, the tremendous pain and suffering, countless stories of loss and tragedy, parents who lost children, siblings who lost their brothers, families who lost their parents, grandparents, so much pain and suffering. But right alongside that, we see so much courage and faith and resilience and determination to carry on and to rebuild and build back bigger and stronger than ever before. Last night, we heard from a heroic man by the name of Menachem Kalmanson. Menachem Kalmanson and his brother Elchanan, on October 7th, took their ammunition and drove down to Kfar Aza voluntarily to save lives. And they went to Kibbutz Be'eri, and they spent the next 2 days going in and out of the kibbutz, rescuing people from their homes, dodging bullets, grenades, going into homes that would set afire. And over the course of the 48 hours, they rescued over 100 people, men, women, and children. But tragically, Menachem's older brother, Elchanan, went into yet another house to take out a victim. And there was a terrorist hiding there. And he was shot and killed by the terrorist. And he died in Menachem's arms. And Menachem said to us last night, it's a sad story that my brother died, but it's not a tragic story, because he wouldn't have it any other way. There were many times we left the kibbutz and I said, maybe we should stop. Maybe we've done enough. And his brother would say to him, I'm going back in with or without you. And I said to myself, it's better he goes in with me than without me. He says, my brother could not sit by idly. And he chose to risk his life, and he knew the consequences. But he said that the Jewish people are worth it. And he felt that he was ready to die for them, and he did die and give his life. And those words ring in my ears. The Jewish people are worth it. That is the legacy of Elchanan Kalmanson. That is the message of his brother Menachem, who spoke to us last night. And he told us that many times when he came to homes, they knocked on the safe room and they said to the family, we're here, we're Jews, we're here to rescue you. And they didn't believe that it was actually Jews. They thought they were terrorists. So they said to them, say something Jewish. They spoke in Hebrew. He said, which holiday is it? He said, Simchas Torah. He said, say some of the prayers. They said some of the prayers. And they were so terrified, they were afraid to open the door. So finally he cried out, Shema Yisrael, Hashem Elokeinu, Hashem Echad. And when he finished the word Echad, they opened the safe room and fell into their arms as family. Those are the words that we take with us from Yerushalayim. We are one nation with one faith in God. And like the moon, we will renew ourselves and we will come back from this tragedy stronger, greater, and more united than ever before. Shabbat Shalom with blessings from the holy city of Yerushalayim.